And we're off here. All right, so let's move on to the next question, which is question number 5. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to skip number 5 and 6 for now. Those are a little bit more challenging. I encourage you to try and do these on your own.
Could you show us one of them?
I can show you one of them, but I'd rather get to something that's a little more, I'd rather do more low-hanging fruit, because we have about a half hour left. And I want to show you how to do some very common problems before we do these, which are all very number theory type of problems. Huh? Okay. So let's try number 7 here. Now, number 7 gives us a lot of information already. It says we have a geometric sequence, and we know u sub 6 is 24, and u sub 11 is 768. So if we have these two facts here, we know these two terms, I can use my geometric sequence equation, my nth term geometric sequence equation, to figure out these two answers. What is u sub 17, and what is the sum of the first 15 terms? First step is write out the nth term equation. So the nth term equation for a geometric sequence looks like this. A sub n is equal to a sub 1 times what? R to the n minus 1. So this is for a geometric sequence. Nth term. Yes. So the nth term of a geometric sequence. All right, well, do I know what a sub 1 is? No. Nope. Do I know what r is? No. I have to figure both of these things out in order to write this equation. So I know that u sub 6 is 24 and u sub 11 is 768. So let me use these two facts to fill in my equation. So 24 is equal to, I don't know what A1 is, still don't know what R is, but I know that N is equal to 6. So I can do this, and I can write another equation with this information up here. I can say 768 is equal to A sub 1, which I don't know, R, which I don't know, but I do know that I have 11 minus 1 because it's the 11th term. Just like over here, I had the 6th term. So let's go through and simplify this down. 24 is equal to A sub 1, R to the 5th. 768 is equal to A sub 1, R to the 10th power. And now I basically have a system of equations here. So I'm going to solve one. So pick one, and solve it for A sub 1. I'm going to pick this one. 24 divided by R to the 5th is equal to A sub 1. Now we're going to substitute into the other equation. Right? So we're going to solve this with substitution, basically. Have I lost anybody so far? Are there any questions out there? Anything at all? Okay. 24 divided by R to the 5th is equal to A sub 1. So I'm going to take this A sub 1 and plug it into this equation. 768 is equal to 24 over R to the 5th times R to the 10th. So let's rewrite this down here. 768 equals 24, and I'm just going to multiply this right across now. because I have 24 times r to the 10th, so 24 r to the 10th, divided by r to the 5th. And this becomes a little bit easier now when I see that I have r to the 10th in the numerator and r to the 5th in the denominator. So I can cancel out all of these r's down here and 5 of the r's in the numerator. So 768 is equal to 24 r to the 5th power. So let's divide this by 24 to get r by itself. So 768 divided by 24 is equal to r to the 5th. And that's going to give me 768 divided by 24. That's 32. 32 equals r to the 5th. And how do I solve this? How do I take a 5th root? There is no 5th root button on your calculator. Yeah, raise it to the 1 over 5 power. So if I raise this side to the 1/5 and I raise this side to the 1/5, that's like taking the 5th root. So I want to raise it to the 1/5. So that cancels that, and I get, well, what is 32 to the 1/5? It's 2. So 2 equals r. So now I know r. Whew. What good is that? What good is knowing r? Why does that help me?
Now you can put it in.
Yeah, now we can find A1. So we're going to take our same two equations we had before, just like over here. And I'm going to say that 24 equals a sub 1, which we still don't know, times 2 raised to the 5th power. And we know that this is 24 equals a sub 1 times 32. So 24 divided by 32 equals a sub 1. And if we reduce that down, what do we get? 3/4? 3/4 equals a sub 1? So now we know a sub 1, we know our common ratio r, so we can write our nth term equation. A sub n is equal to 3/4 times 2 to the n minus 1. And there's my nth term equation. It's always a good idea to write your nth term equation, because now when we look back at our question is asking us for the 17th term. So let's figure out what the 17th term is. A sub 17 is equal to 3/4 times 2 to the 17 minus 1. A sub 17 is equal to 3/4 times 2 to the 16th power. So 0.75 times 2 raised to the 16. A sub 17 is equal to 49152. Right there. Thank you. Okay. How will we know if it's finite or infinite?
It tells you how many terms it wants you to.
Yeah, it'll tell you how many terms it wants you to add if it's finite. So the next question asks us what? Find the sum of the first 15 terms. So could somebody give me the equation for a finite geometric series? In other words, the sum of the sequence. All right, hold on. The sum of n terms is equal to what?
A sub 1 times 1 minus r divided by 1 minus r.
Right there. There you go. Now you can see it. Do we know what a sub 1 is?
Yes.
Do we know what r is? And what term, how many terms are we looking to add up? So 15. What is a sub 1? So we have 3/4 times 1 minus 2 to the 15th power, because that n matches with that n, divided by
1 minus.
so handy dandy calculating device time. We have 0.75 times 1 minus 2 to the 15th divided by -1 gives us the sum of those first 15 terms is 24,575.25. Any questions?
You're actually going to give us an hour and a half to finish all this?
To finish all...
How many problems are going to be on the test? It's taking a while.
Yeah. Well, I'm also going through it with you.
It also might take just an hour.
There's 15 questions on the test.
34 problems on this test.
Yes. They're not as multi-part, though. That's what I'm giving you right now. Right?
No, because I just wanted to check lines for time.
Ah. No. So, if we move on to number 8 here, I'm giving you just the most basic skills you need. If you want to come by after school, we can talk about 7 and 8. Or 5 and 6. Alright. So, number 8 here. Number 8 says find the general term of the arithmetic sequence with u sub 7 equals 31, u sub 15 equals -17, then find u sub 34. This is another system of equations problem, but this time we're told that it's an arithmetic sequence. So if I have an arithmetic sequence, my nth term equation, the equation I have to fill out, looks like this. A sub n is equal to a sub 1 plus n minus 1 times our common difference d. So let's fill in the stuff that we know. We know that 31 is equal to a sub 1, which I don't know, plus n, which is 7 minus 1 times d, which I don't know. And I also know that from my other given information right here, that u sub 15, in other words, -17, is equal to a sub 1, which I don't know, plus 15 minus 1 times d, which I also don't know. So let's simplify some stuff down here. 31 is equal to a sub 1 plus 6d. -17 is equal to a sub 1 plus 14d. Let's isolate one of these. So solve for a sub 1 and substitute in. Into that equation. So a 31 minus 6d is equal to a sub 1. All I did was move that 6d over here. Anybody lost? Okay. Now that I have a1, I'm going to plug it into this equation. -17 is equal to 31 minus 6d plus 14d. So -17 is equal to 31 plus 8d. Any questions so far? So I can solve this for d now, and that's going to give me, I do -31 and -31, that's going to give me -48. is equal to 8D. That means that negative 6 is equal to D. Now we can solve for A1. So I'm going to come right back up to here, and I'm going to say, all right, 31 minus 6 times negative 6 is equal to A sub 1. That's 31 plus 36 equals A sub 1. 67 equals A sub 1. So now I know D, I know A sub 1, I can fill in my nth term equation.